Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Business Talks. I'm your host, Chawanne Burns. In today's video, we're going to discuss Sean Puffy Combs, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, whoever you want to call him. But he is in some deep trouble because of his dealings with, they're saying, uh, trafficking. We know he has several lawsuits pending against him. I don't know if any of these lawsuits are criminal lawsuits, but pending against Sean Puffy Combs because they said this guy sexually assaulted him. Okay, so we will be discussing that today and much more on another episode of Business Talks.
Little something like this. Looks a little bit like I can't miss. Ay, this is what you call a bap. What? This is what you call a bap. Little something like this. Looks a little bit like I can't miss. Ay, this is what you call a bap. What? This is what you call a bap.
You guys put in the chat, let me know where you're viewing from. Put in the chat, let me know where you're viewing from. Ashley, can you put in the chat and let me make sure that you can hear me because my camera, I'm using a different camera. And you know how sometimes technology works. It works sometimes and sometimes it don't. If I'm the operator on it, it works sometimes and sometimes it don't. So you guys just do me a favor and put in the chat. Let me know where you're viewing from. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video. We're going to get into it. Let's see who we have in the building. Noble Young, it's good to see you. Kennard the DJ, what is up? Carmelo Ortiz, what is up with you? Lexi is in the building. Sheriff of YouTube, he said, pervert daddy Diddy. Pervert daddy Diddy. That is the truth. Pervert daddy Diddy. Samuel Matthews, hello everyone. Lori Lynn is in the building from Oklahoma. And it's good to hear you guys are saying it's good. The sound is good. And Michael Turner from Arkansas, thank you for tuning in. We have Miss Linda from St. Augustine, Florida. Hello to you. Okay, you guys, we're going to talk about Puff Daddy because it's very shameful that this guy amassed this type of wealth and this type of fame and fortune off, other talent because I guess he has the innate ability to discover talent and to latch on and hone the skills of these talented individuals. But, behind closed doors, Puff Daddy was doing some very dirty stuff. He was using his power to manipulate some of these stars. And I wouldn't say some of them. I think probably most of them. Most of them, he took advantage of. And we already know Cassie came out, his old girlfriend of 10 years came out and said, yeah, she had to endure some horrific things being Puff Daddy. I think they almost got married at one point, being Puff Daddy's mate. And I'm wondering if Jennifer Lopez, if she experienced the same thing. I know they gave him a bunch of slack when Kim Porter died. When Kim Porter died, a lot of people gave Diddy backlash because he was crying. And a lot of ladies, I didn't know of these things, but a lot of ladies were saying, why the hell are you crying? Because you used to treat Kim Porter horrible. So, and now it comes to light that Diddy is a piece of shit. We knew he was something strange, but it comes to light that he is a piece of shit. Katt Williams, I just want you guys to take a look at what Katt Williams actually made a prediction not too long ago when he was on Club Shay Shay. Okay. He was on Club Shay Shay and he made a prediction that Puff Daddy and his friends is going down. Whatever comes that's done in the dark comes to the light. God wins. God is in control of everything. Is good and evil. And very basic principles that you will hear good versus evil whatever's done that's come to the light. And he mentioned Puff Daddy's name, and this whole spiel about 2024 will be the day that everyone would know the truth. Okay, this is Katt Williams.
And the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. Period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. Period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
The truth is the light. All lies will be exposed in 2024. Katt Williams made a prediction about this in January. In January 2024, when he was on Club Shay Shay. And, sometimes people will say stuff about Katt Williams like, oh, he's just being, Katt Williams. He's talking a lot of stuff, but Katt Williams hold a lot of truth. And also in the same interview, he also explained that, the last 30 years, reason why I was blackballed in the last 30 years, I just collected information about these individuals. I sat in the back and collect information about these individuals. And I know the information. I know the deviant things that they've done throughout the years, because people will come to me and tell me about these deviant things. And I'm just sitting in the back, minding my own business, not participating, but I know what goes on in Hollywood. Hollywood is really corrupt. You guys, I don't know if you have HBO. There is a documentary out about Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon is, I guess, one of those programs or networks that, garnered the attention of kids because they have kid quote unquote friendly program, but the actual program is not so friendly when you think about it. So on this special, and I forget what the special is called, but it's exposing Nickelodeon. It's like a series, a documentary series, and they had several people that used to work for Nickelodeon came up and said, "Yeah, this happened to me. I was SA'd on the show from one of the producers or somebody that actually worked on the show." And there was several victims that came to the forefront to tell about their stories of, how they treated these young children. And the main producer of the show, you guys put in the chat, let me know if you know the guy's name. But he won, some awards about the show and all this stuff. But he was doing some deviant stuff, and no one came and said, no, we cannot treat these children this way. This is the same with Puff Daddy. Everyone knew Puff Daddy was an evil person, just like R. Kelly. But no one said, oh, this is not right. Let me stick up. Let me come to the forefront and speak about these things. Knowingly, they probably would have been blackballed, but at least 30 years later, you're not on the bullhorn saying, oh, I already knew it. I already knew that would happen. It's like people are so tied up in getting money and fame instead of just doing right by people. And it's really sad. It's really disheartening, especially when it comes to kids. So Puff Daddy, his home was raided. Okay. His home was raided, and apparently they arrested some of his one of his kids. I don't know if it was Justin. What's his name? Justin. I don't know if it was him or not, but his home was raided. Okay, and one of his neighbors, you know, had to speak out and stopped and spoke out and said, "Hey, yeah, they always have some type of party or running girls in and out of his mansion, and this is his mansion in LA." Okay, so this is what this guy had to say.
In front of 200 South Mapleton Drive in Holmby Hills.
And you live how far away from here?
About 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Talk about your experiences here and what you've seen in front of Diddy's house before.
I've seen black Suburbans, Uber drivers.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know it was gonna cut off.
Private drivers between the ages of, between the times around 1 to 3 a.m. Sometimes it's late, a little bit later and early in the morning. It carries over, but I've seen girls get out of the car, swimsuits, swimwear, bathing suits sometimes after the club. They could have been at the club, I thought, maybe coming to after party or whatever. And I never thought anything of it, but now obviously since allegations are happening that Diddy was doing this trafficking thing, now I know what was happening at the house.
And have you yourself seen Diddy with these girls?
I've never seen Diddy. I've seen other men outside. I've seen a lot of probably 8 to 10 girls outside before, but never actually him.
So during the weekends, what is the party scene like at his house?
I've been here one Saturday around a month ago. And there's been Suburban up and down the street, dropping off people. So it could have been a normal party. So yeah.
These are obviously very nice, huge, fancy homes. Typically, what is it like here?
It's parties. People throw parties all the time. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, throughout the whole week, to be honest. Come here in Beverly Hills on a Tuesday night. There's going to be a 2 a.m. party going on until 5 a.m. So it's not really unexpected. It's just this outcome of this party turned out for the worst.
The fact that there were several raids going on at the same time in his other properties, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it was really a big deal. It's really a huge deal to all of the police departments everywhere in the world. And I don't blame him. It's very not respectful towards women, and it's good that they're raising awareness for this.
Okay, so yeah, that's his neighbor. Then they had another neighbor that spoke out against, not spoke out, but made their claims of their observations living next to Diddy. And it says Diddy, I don't know if he was trying to flee the country, but it said he was trying to get on his jet, his private jet, to go to somewhere else, or what is it called? Mislead the authorities. But he actually stayed here because earlier reports were saying that he got on his plane and they tracked his plane to Antigua or somewhere in the Caribbean islands. Not for sure. This place where he went to or supposedly went to, it wasn't a place where they have extradition to the U.S. So, that would have been the smart move for Diddy to do. But Diddy, instead, he stopped at Miami airport just hours after the feds raided his LA and Miami mansion amid sex trafficking probe, as neighbors reveals how SUVs packed with girls in bikinis arrived at the rapper's pad. Okay. And it's saying that they stopped him for questioning at the private airport in Miami on Monday evening, just as his California neighbors dished on his wild lifestyle after federal agents raided his mansions over alleged sex crimes. Okay. The mogul's home in Los Angeles and Miami was swarming earlier yesterday with Homeland Security investigation agents and other law enforcement. Now, do you think that they don't have anything on Puff Daddy? Yes, they have a lot of information on Puff Daddy. They wouldn't have swarmed his home. There is talks, and Candace Owens came out, and some other people that's in the, I guess, YouTube space is saying, "Oh, Diddy is the fall guy." Maybe he is the fall guy, but we could know for sure. We know for sure that Homeland Security and FBI will not swarm your home at once, all your homes at once, if they don't have any information about you, if they're not trying to capture you and take you into custody. They don't just don't do that with anybody. So um Mike Hawk, you're saying Diddy is worth $5.6 billion. I'm not for sure. I know he crossed the $1 billion threshold not too long ago. I have to look that up. But P. Diddy, he I don't know if you want to call him P. Diddy. He is I don't know if he's been obtained, but they said the rapper 54 seen anxiously pacing around after he and his entourage was questioned by customs agents, but remained a free man as of Monday evening. Back at his California estate, spoke Daily Man spoke to Diddy's neighbor Ryan Mendelsohn, who said he lives about 5 minutes away. Now, this is Puff Daddy looking is that he looking froze up? Like, what the hell is going on? What's going on, Puff Daddy? Why you freezing up? Oh, I didn't do nothing wrong. Well, you apparently you did. You remember, you guys, when R. Kelly, his whole thing came out where the way he was treating women, they said he was grooming them and all that good stuff. And his staff should be under the jail because they allowed that. They allowed that to happen. Some of the parents need to be under the jail because you want your kid to be in this music industry or have this fame and fortune so bad because your ass don't want to work. You sold your kids to these predators. Okay, so they should be under the jail. This is my whole personal opinion. And now that I have children, if I want to hone my skills, and me and my husband are the same way. I want to hone my kids' skills. I feel like if they have some type of natural ability, I want to cultivate that and maybe take it as far as it goes. But I will not absolutely, unequivocally leave my child with someone without adult supervision because things like this happen. I don't care if it was a basketball game. I don't care if it's gymnastic. I don't care if it's swimming. No. They're not at an age where they could defend themselves. Now, when they become an age that where they could defend themselves, and I'm not talking about 14, 15. I'm talking about literally 17, 18, maybe 19. I know that they will be able to defend themselves. Then I'll be like, yeah, okay, maybe not. It all depends. Some childs are different, but I'm not going to leave them to predators. So this is Diddy's mansion. Diddy, he has several properties. You see the people, the agents, Homeland Security, and is part of an ongoing sex trafficking probe. There are. They got the military police trucks out looking. The SWAT and the police stormed the neighborhood not far from Beverly Hills before officers raided the mansion. And then they had the Hollywood. They had a Hollywood bus tour. They came, like, look at everybody. Look what's going down in Hollywood. No famous friends of Diddy turned up, but in the moment, only Hollywood could produce. A star tourist bus rolled by the mansion at one point, with onlookers taking pictures and asking assembled media for a scoop. And there's helicopters that were on the scene. You see at least two men have yet to be publicly identified were seen put in handcuffs in Diddy's Homely Hills property. That's Los Angeles City. News service reported several people were detained outside the home, but it's unclear whether any arrests were made. It was said to believe that one of these individuals were Diddy's son. Okay, then you have the dog assisting in the raid. You got police officers talking, you know. Then, of course, the news reporters were out there. And it says the investigation at the Miami Beach property went on into the evening hours. Diddy was first seen after the raids just 15 miles south of Opelika Airport. You know, you got people standing around in this mansion. And it is saying last year, this is Cassie. She was sued. Cassie Ventura, she's married now, sued Diddy, who alleged she was trafficked, the R word, plied with drugs, and viciously beaten by Diddy on many occasions. But one day later, she and Diddy settled the suit. Because I believe Diddy was trying to avoid the news. He thought he was going to be able to buy himself out of this. And Cassie had some very damning evidence against Puff Daddy, and some of her friends already corroborated her story. Like on some days, she had to stay in a hotel because she was so badly beaten by Puff Daddy, because maybe he was on his drug rage, or maybe he didn't like something she did out in public. And people are saying that he actually treated Kim Porter this way. I don't know if he sold her to other people or made her do lewd and lascivious acts to other people, but we do know he was very abusive to Kim Porter as well. Okay, and these are, other persons or not FBI or Homeland Security agents, the illegal movement of people, goods, and money, and technologies and contraband out and throughout the United States, including sex trafficking. So, they're saying he operated this whole sting. And was it did he have any financial gain? Was this the Jeffrey Epstein of the music industry? Well, people are saying he is equivalent to Jeffrey Epstein. And his appetite for violence, sex, and drugs. And he was, having these parties, and people were attending these parties. So who else is going to go down with him? Who else will be named in this suit? Now, Diddy is not the head. I don't think Diddy is the head of everything. That's why I said, okay, maybe he is the fall guy, but he very well deserved to be arrested. Okay. Let me get to some of your chats while we're talking about it. People on X predicting Jay-Z and Beyonce going down next. I'm not for sure about Beyonce, but I know probably Jay-Z. Jay-Z he has some years on Beyonce. Beyonce is less than 40, but I don't know. But I don't see her as a trafficker. Now, maybe she'll be tied up into it, but yeah. Anyway, Donald Trump. Oh, Mike Hawk. Donald Trump just gained $5.6 billion. Yes, we're going to be talking about that because I got a way to segue into Donald Trump during this show. So we'll talk about him later on in just a minute. Fluffy knows he's deep trouble. Yes, he is. The game is over. Lamar Copeland, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Janine or Jenny DB says SWAT needs to hit Scientology for child trafficking too. Yeah, I hear some crazy things about Scientology. What's her name? Leanne Remney. She was on the show with I Love My Wife or My Wife and Kids. You know that show with the funny guy. She came out with science about Scientology and Tom Cruise ex-wife. They're saying there's some wicked stuff in Scientology. Okay. Is Scientology is that the Illuminati of Hollywood? I'm not for sure. But I hear some strange things about Scientology. Janine, and I think you're right. There it must be some type of cult that's going on, some type of I don't know if you want to get into demon worshiping, that kind of stuff. You can't worship God if you think all this, you want to take advantage of people's body against their will and you're selling them to other people. You really can't be worshiping God doing that at this point. I mean, so come on now. Who are you worshiping? It's not God. It's not God. That was Justin and Christian that were in handcuffs, both of his sons. Okay. I didn't know that. Lamar Copeland, thank you for the super chat. Lamar Copeland, thank you. Always loving your show. Bless and be great. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, so P. Diddy, he's not arrested, but we know they got some strong evidence against him. He might be the fall guy. He didn't pay up to, the Illuminati. I'm not for sure. That's what, if you watch Benny's show, he's on YouTube. He had some people on there, and one of the guys used to be in the entertainment space, and I think he was a rapper for P. Diddy a long time ago, and he gave it all up and started rapping for good or whatever, if you want to call it good. But anyway, he was saying that, yeah, the Illuminati really exists. They do have these drug parties. They do have these sex parties. They do have these demon worshiping parties, and we could look at the talent that's out there today. Ice Spice. Remember, we was talking about Ice Spice, and she was at the Super Bowl. Very odd relationship with Taylor Swift and Ice Spice. They don't even go together, but they were in the same booth together. And Ice Spice had a cross upside down. And some people were saying, oh, yeah, she's making devil worshiping signals. I never get into the devil worshiping signals. I don't want to study that. I just want to study like the word of God, because I try to steer away, even though I know the devil exists is very real. But she had a cross upside down, and maybe she thought it was cute. But her fame, put your hands up, put a 1 in the chat. Do you think Ice Spice is a talented individual? Is she desirable? I mean, does some people say, oh, she's very a desirable woman, but to me, she looked like Raggedy Ann. And no shade on Ice Spice. She like 5 feet and looked like Raggedy Ann, got this hair and no tone to her skin. So, and then she raps in broken English. So how did she acquire the fame that she acquires? Maybe she paid her debt to Illuminati. You guys put in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. We see a lot of zeros in the chat. A lot of zeros. And Kanara, the DJ, says she looks like Goo Gobbler with an afro. Well, Ice Spice, and like I said, we covered her, and she had this cross upside down. And to me, you had to get that made, because anytime you have a cross upside down, the emblem, the thing that attached to the actual necklace usually is on the top. So you purposely got that made to have the cross upside down. Very satanic or satanic. Um, Now, so P. Diddy, I want to get back to him. Um, he ushered in all these people into his and be amassed his wealth. Some people were very talented individuals, and some of them weren't. But one thing we do know, that at one point in time, P. Diddy used to call Donald Trump his friend. Used to call Donald Trump his friend at one point in time. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. He said, and this was back in 2016 when he was running for president initially. You see Puff Daddy and Donald Trump and Ivanka is seen in this picture. Puff Daddy, Donald Trump, is a friend of mine. Okay, this was back in October 2nd, 2016. He said, Donald Trump is a friend of mine. I've always liked Donald's style. I do not have a tie he gifted me. I do have a tie that he gifted me. I need to get my glasses, you guys. Actually, I went to the eye doctor and they gave me a prescription for glasses. They gave me some prescriptions for reading glasses. So you guys, charge it to my eyes and not my heart if I'm reading stuff wrong, because my eyes is getting bad with computers, like reading stuff. Anyway, I've always liked Donald's style, and I do have a tie he gifted me. I wear it. As to whether or not he'll be voting for Trump on November 8th, Puff Daddy was less revealing. As far as voting for him, that has yet to be seen. Okay, numerous artists have came out against Donald Trump. Over the course of this presidential election cycle, Neil Young decried the candidates, saying F you, Donald Trump. Okay. So, and that was in 2016. Now, the table has turned for P. Diddy. I guess his tune has changed. I don't know who got to him. They probably told him, hey, you know what? You got to denounce Donald Trump. You said he was his friend back in 2016. You have to denounce him. Before I show you what he said, I want to show you this as well. Okay, I found this on Getty Images. Now, this is not the only event that Donald Trump and you saw P. Diddy together. It's been several events that Donald Trump and P. Diddy was together, even Russell Simmons. Hey, remember Russell Simmons? He got a little glimpse of what they could do with people have these checkered past or whatever things that they're involved with, some type of sexual stuff. Anyway, Russell Simmons, he slipped through the cracks. He was like, oh, I'm no longer part of this industry no more. It was like, I give it all up. Now, whatever you try to do, I'm giving it all up. And you haven't heard from Russell Simmons since. There was some peak of saying, oh, Russell Simmons did something to me. Then after that, you haven't heard anything. Anyway, so whatever he did, it worked out for the good for him. So this is Russell Simmons and Donald Trump and Puff Daddy. I guess they were honoring Puff Daddy at some type of award. It says Art for Life Palm Beach honors Sean P. Diddy Combs. Okay, that's in Palm Beach, Florida. Then you had Art for Life Gala. Okay, no, that was the same event. But then there was another event. Where is it? the Tower Heist world premiere. He was in attendance, and Puff Daddy decided, hey, I'll take a picture with Donald Trump. October the 24th, 2011. Okay. So you have several times where Puff Daddy and Donald Trump was in the same picture, and of course they're friends. This was Sean Puffy Combs and Donald Trump attending the Mercedes Benz in August 16th. Maybe that was 2016, but it just says August 16th. I think that was really early on. I don't know what year this is from, but it wasn't 2016 or 1998. 1990, August 16th of 1998. Okay. Then you have image where Sean Puffy Combs, Donald Trump came to Justin's Bar and Restaurant grand opening. This was back in 1997. So years of them being friends with each other. This was at a New York event. It says Sean Combs, Donald Trump, and Melania. I said Ivanka. You guys charge it to my head, not my heart, when I first introduced her. But Melania attend Gucci and Madonna hosts a night of benefit raising for Malawi and UNICEF. Okay, this was February 6, 2008. Okay, so February 6th of 2008. There's so many photos of Donald Trump and Ivanka or Melania and Sean Puffy Combs. Russell Simmons is in here. Who is this? Is this Al Sharpton? Is that Al Sharpton right here? Who is that guy? Al Sharpton, Reverend Al Sharpton, that really hates Donald Trump. I need to do a video of the time span Donald Trump was loved by, the New Yorkers across America. And until he decided, hey, I want to run for office, and then they ostracized him. They said, okay, we got you. We're gonna make you a rapist. We're gonna make you a racist. Any R words. That's what we're gonna make. We're gonna radicalize you. We're gonna satellize your name. So anything that's anything that's against. And you guys, I'm my bad. I thought I was showing you or sharing these pictures with you, but anything that was against Donald Trump, that's what they was gonna make. This is Donald Trump again. Donald Trump again with Cassie and Sean Puffy Combs. This was February the 6th, 2008. This is him at that Mercedes-Benz event. This was back in 1998. Years of being friends. This was him. When was this? 1997. This was when Sean Puffy Combs opened Justin's Bar and Restaurant in New York. Donald Trump attended the event. You got, tell me you guys could see this stuff. Yeah, you have several pictures of Sean Puffy Combs and Donald Trump in here together. Several pictures of them. Who is this? Sybil Shepherd. I forgot what this guy name is. This guy with the white suit on. But these are events that they attended together. I mean, they didn't drive in the same car, but they made it a point to take pictures with one another. Okay. He was honored for whatever he did. and they showed up to support him. So what I'm getting at is years of Donald Trump and Sean Puffy Combs, they did have a friendship. And then all of a sudden in 2000, Sean P. Diddy said, hey, whose homes were just raided over alleged, this is Simon Atepa. I don't know if you guys follow him on Twitter or X. And they said back in 2020, he said, Sean Puffy Combs, white men like Trump need to be banished. This is very odd. Very odd for you to say Sean Puffy Combs need to be banished because of what? You spent since that last picture, 1997. So we know by just pictures that you guys were at least friendly back in 1997. I didn't say you guys was brothers, but back in 1997, you said, hey, this is my friend. I support him, even in 2016. So you knew him for damn near 25 years. And then you said this.
That way of thinking, if this man is elected, we're not standing by no more getting killed. We're not scared of anybody standing up and standing by. We're on the verge of a race war. White men like Trump need to be banished. That way of thinking is real dangerous. When you look at it, we don't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want about Biden. I can't say I love the pick either, but hey, we got to get him in office, and then we got to hold him accountable. If this man...
Okay. So that was Puff Daddy. And I see we have somebody in the chat, saying that wasn't Al Sharpton in that picture. Michael Brown, I had to push back on you. I've seen several pictures of Donald Trump and Al Sharpton. Let's Google it while you're online and everybody could see. And this picture was Al Sharpton, actually. Let me just pull it back up. Al Sharpton, buddy. This is Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton, you remember he weighed a lot back in the day. And I think he got gastric bypass. I don't know if he got sick, but Al Sharpton was Donald Trump's friend. I know that very vividly because back in the day, I remember Oprah Winfrey, Al Sharpton. They were all Hillary Clinton. They were all running buddies. I wouldn't say running buddies, but they all rubbed elbows together. And that's why Donald Trump made that claim. Hey, you don't want to change the tax code because your friends, your donors take advantage of that same tax code that I take advantage of. Okay, just remember that. Reverend Al Sharpton and Russell Simmons, Donald Trump, Melania, and Sean Diddy Combs. This picture was taken September 29, 2004. Okay. This is another picture of Al Sharpton and Donald Trump. This is at a different event. These are two separate events. They in the same seats. Okay. So this is Al Sharpton with Don King. Come on now. At a separate event. This was years ago. 1987. 1987 when this happened. December 1st of 1987. That's when that one happened. Okay, so we could say that, okay, oh, they wasn't friends. No, they were friends. You don't purposely get in the same picture. If I don't know you, I don't know you. But you know, when you become that famous, um, you probably want to be in the picture with Al Sharpton. So, I'm sorry, I had to prove you wrong. Anyway, Donald Trump was always known as a socialite. He would cozy up to anyone who would buy his real estate or further his empire. He said so. Yeah, I mean, if you're not a good salesperson, you're not a good businessman. You're not a good business person. The number one thing that they teach you in a business or to operate a business, how to survive. I'm sorry, I keep on looking at that camera. How to survive is you got to be a salesperson. That's your number one job. If you haven't had no business, I don't care what kind of business you have. If you're not a salesperson, your business will not survive. It's not. So yeah, Donald Trump is right. Yeah, of course he's gonna cozy up to anybody that will buy his property. Anyway, but they were cozying up to him too. You know, they love being around him. And like we go back to that article, Donald Trump is my friend. Okay, so his tables have turned. I don't know why he changed his mind or tune about Donald Trump, but we could say when you're paid off, you start talking crazy. Somebody paid him to say this. Somebody actually paid him to say that. Tell me I'm wrong. Somebody paid Sean Puffy Combs to say Diddy is a or Donald Trump is a racist and he's a very threat to our democracy. And you're not a threat. You're trafficking girls, P. Diddy, trafficking girls into the United States and drugs and all that stuff that they're trying to get you on. You're not a threat to society, American society. That's very interesting. Okay. So you have that. So Donald Trump, nobody likes him that gets caught with sex trafficking, I guess. I guess that, you know, I don't know if this stat is true. They said Donald Trump under his administration, he prosecuted more sex trafficking crimes than any other president. Okay. So I don't know if you guys had the time to look it up, but that's what they're saying. So they're mad at Donald Trump, and you know, that's too bad because Donald Trump, you know, they tried to stop him from running in the election. And the penalties that they charged him with in this last case was $456 million. He had to put that up for bond. That was his fine. And they wanted him to put up the bond of that amount so he could, if he wanted to appeal the court's decision. Well, the appellate court thought that was egregious. So they reduced the bond to $175 million and they gave him an extra 10 days. And, you know, I was watching The View. I wasn't really watching The View. It just ran past my Twitter feed. And, you know, the ladies from The View is mad as hell. They're mad. They're mad that Donald Trump was able to get his bond reduced. Well, some of the ladies are mad, but I want you to listen to what what they're actually saying, because it sounds stupid.
But he got a big discount yesterday after,
Yeah.
I know, after an appeals court lowered his bond from 464 million to 175 million. He's also the first former U.S. president to face criminal charges when he goes on trial April 15th for alleged hush money payments to Stormy Daniels. But here's what he said outside the courtroom yesterday.
Do we have to look at him again?
I respect the appellate division for substantially reducing that ridiculous amount of money that was put on by a corrupt judge named Engoron. In the case of the trial that we just left, one of the many that are going, every single one of them is run by Biden and his thugs. We have a man who just ruled they'd like the trial to start in 21 days or something. And I don't know how you can have a trial that's going on right in the middle of an election. Not fair.
Yeah.
It's not really. You know, the man running for the election, but look at Whoopi's face. Why is it that they hate this guy so much? I just don't understand it. Why do they hate one individual so much?
Boo, boo.
He's also saying the criminal trial could make him more popular.
Yeah.
Because a lot of his base is going to side with him no matter what. Yes, that's probably true. But is this going to make him more appealing to uncommitted voters? Oh, he's got another trial. I'm going to vote for him.
Yeah, exactly.
How is that going to work?
I guess it makes them feel like they're victims, like he's a victim, they're victims. It's like all of that. But it's like he's got how many?
88 criminal charges across 4 different
I
jurisdictions.
mean, the only thing the guy hasn't done so far is shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue.
Right.
Like he
Right.
said he could do.
Yeah.
He's done every crime now, and he's running for the presidency of one of the great countries.
Actually, he hasn't done every crime. If you really think about it, we're talking about white collar stuff at this point. And that Jean E. Carroll case is a civil court. So every crime, no, the white collar crime. Okay. He didn't take off with nobody's money. You're just saying, oh, he overvaluated his properties. You're saying that he tried to steal an election in Georgia. Okay.
Of the world. Just let that sink in for a second.
Yeah.
Well, and there's this myth out there that somehow these trials are going to make win him over more voters, and there's going to be sympathy. I reject that as a Republican because
You're not a Republican, Alyssa. So stop it. Why you? They even got Alyssa was paid. Alyssa's not a Republican. She's probably just one of those I guess uniparty people. She's really not a Republican. And then they have her on here just to spout rhetoric against Donald Trump. But once Donald Trump is done and over with, they'll probably be getting rid of her because they don't like the other party anyway. That's if she's really a Republican.
yes, his base is going to be with him, and they're going to vocally defend him. But to this sort of 30%, call them the Nikki Haley voters or the somebody other than Trump Republicans, there is no way hush money payments to Stormy Daniels or this fraud case in New York are going to make them more sympathetic to him. I find it to be just complete lunacy. But I'm thinking about something else right now related to this. Donald Trump, aside from his general unfitness, is destroying the Republican Party. So right now, the RNC has $11 million cash on hand. How much did it have this time in 2020 when he lost the election? $77 million. Joe Biden's outraising him 2-1.
Yeah.
And the Democrats and Biden have 3-1 money cash on hand.
Yeah.
So if you're a down ballot Republican candidate, you're running for Senate somewhere, you're running for the House,
Yeah.
how are you not angry? There's not going to be money there to fund your race. It's paying Trump's legal bills.
I don't know if that's true or not. Can they use that to pay Trump's legal bills? I don't think so. I think he has to pay his own legal bills. Alyssa, she sounds stupid. And reason why I'm saying this, just think about this. I was thinking about this earlier. I pay off Stormy Daniels a hoe. Stormy Daniels, let's call a spade a spade. Stormy Daniels is a paid hoe. I paid her off because I don't want her to interfere with my election results. Okay, follow me. I don't know if it's true or not, but they paid him off. And then nobody's saying that Donald Trump sued her for defamation and won. Nobody's saying that. He won like $650,000. Nobody's saying that. But the AG, and reason why, and I'm keep on looking at this camera, but this is the camera. But nobody's saying that. So the AG, this was a few years ago. They wasn't going to charge Donald Trump. But when Donald Trump decided to get elected or to run for office, they said, okay, we're going to charge you. And that's when they brought the charges up last year. Now, follow me. I paid Stormy Daniels off because this is hush money. Why wouldn't I pay the sexual assault victim, Gene E. Carroll? He vehemently denied that, as he's denying this Stormy Daniels thing. But you're claiming that he paid her off. Why wouldn't you pay the sexual assault victim off? You got common sense. Common sense. I'm going to pay a hoe off, but not the sexual victim off. That don't even make no sense to me. You guys put in the chat, let me know if I'm going in the wrong direction, but it doesn't make logical sense. Why would I pay a hoe off and don't pay the actual victim off? Anyway.
Should be angry. And, you know, I will say this, and I think it'll surprise people. The fact that his bond...
Hold on. Sir.
What's
I have to stop you with the camera because I can see you. So do me a favor. Don't pull it out again. I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. What was he doing?
Recording.
So as I was saying, you know, I think this will surprise people, but the lowering of the bond was very appropriate, right? We always say that we want everyone to be treated across the legal spectrum in the same way, and that we want the law to apply equally in the same way. Bonds are not supposed to be punitive. They are only supposed to make sure that the person returns to court and answers, you know, whatever charges have been alleged. He does have a valid appeal, as far as I can tell. It seems like he has a valid basis to appeal. And so what this judge said is, I'm going to take $175 million instead of over $400 million so that you can continue your appeal, so that you can continue living your life and doing your business. But to be clear, if he loses that appeal, they get to keep that $175 million, and then he got to pony up with the rest of the money.
No, duh. Okay, no, duh. Yeah, the appeal is for whatever. The $175 million is to get the appeal. But yeah, if he lose the bond, that's why it's called the bond. You essentially have to give up that property you made that bond on, or come up with that 175, well, the actual judgment. Okay, so that was the ladies from The View. Very, very I'm surprised Sunny said what she said, really, but I'm not surprised of the rest of these ladies. You know, Alyssa Farah, she's really not that bright of an individual. And these other ladies, they're claiming that, yeah, he's gonna lose the support, but this whole trial in New York is a frivolous trial too. It actually sounds really stupid. It's more stupider than all the other trials. It's stupider a word, because that's, to me, it's more stupider than all the other trials. That, to me, that's my own personal opinion. Okay. So now we know Donald Trump, okay, he's in the election. And yet last week I told you his Truth Social was merged with another media company, and they went for their initial IPO yesterday. Okay. They're saying the merger caused a stock plummet. It was at 46 when they merged. It was trading at 36, but now it's off the chain now. Donald Trump has like gained literally $5 billion or $6 billion of wealth just because of this stock. Okay. It is saying Trump's social media stock skyrockets in its first day of trading. True Social, parent company of Trump Media, trading under the ticker symbols DJT, made its first debut on NASDAQ. Okay. It says the shares of Trump Media and Technology Group, a parent company of True Social, shot up more than 50% in its first minutes of trading. The quick move triggered a trading halt of 5 minutes, with exchanges used to put a check on volatile stock moves. Entrants remained hot. It was up about 50% in the afternoon and was one of the most actively traded stock on NASDAQ exchange, according to CNBC data. Trump appeared to celebrate the stock's performance on the post on the platform late Tuesday morning. I love True Social. I love the truth. Okay. So this Digital World Acquisition Corporation voted Friday to approve the merger with Trump's social media company. Now it's saying it believes, at least on paper, Donald Trump is worth over $6 billion. That's according to Bloomberg. So you try to tear the man wealth down because you're taking away his assets. But God don't like ugly, apparently. Is God on his side or is the devil on his side? Did God tell you that he was going to bless Donald J. Trump with $6 billion? I just want to know. I'm asking for a friend. This question is for Fonnie Willis and Letitia James. Did God tell you Donald J. Trump was going to be blessed financially after you said he lied on his commercial real estate properties? So he blessed him in technology. God bless Donald J. Trump. Okay. So he's probably worth about almost 10 billion now. If he's 6 billion, probably maybe about 3 billion. Everyone say, oh, he's not worth $1 billion in real estate. Well, let's say he's just worth 1 billion in real estate. Now he's worth 7 billion. Okay. So Donald Trump is worth $7 billion. Who's mad about that? So anywhere fall for a Trump DJT stock will take some time as part of a merger. He cannot sell his shares for about 6 months. Why would he want to sell his share? I guess because he want to raise capital. But what's come on now? I don't get nothing to say. I don't get no comebacks. I don't have anything to say. It says through the last 9 months of the year, Trump Media lost more than 49 million while racking up a revenue nearly 3.4 million, according to the recent financial data. And X, the formerly known Twitter, did about 2.5 billion in revenue last year. That's insane. I didn't know X did that much. So Truth Media surges in NASDAQ or on the stock market. I wasn't a part of the financial gain. I wish I would have invested, but I didn't. Anyway. So I think that was all I had to say about Donald J. Trump. You guys. Samuel Matthews says Bernie Madoff only had to pay 10 million. And he stole hundreds of million from people. Donald says 6 billion. Wow. Yeah. Lexi, please. Thank you, Lexi. Please hit the like and subscribe button. That's what you need to do. You're viewing this video, but you got to like it. Like this video, people. Come on now. Stop trying to DJT me. Stop trying to sabotage my name and sabotage my name. Anyway. Donald says I posted on the post that we will get the last minute blessing appeal. I didn't know it would be $3 billion one. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Lord bless Donald Trump. Let me stop. Bless Donald Trump. Okay. You guys, let me just share with you my other channel while you're tuning in. I need you guys to do me a solid and go over there and subscribe to that channel. It's Chawanne Burns 2.0. Chawanne Burns 2.0. That will be I'll be greatly appreciative of you if you do that. Subscribe to that channel, okay? So that was it for our business talks. Tomorrow, I am working on some other stories. We probably will be talking about Donald Trump again, depending on what's going on in the news, and we probably bring up Puff Daddy. I'm not for sure. And so we'll see what's going on. You guys, I really appreciate every single last one of you. I am sending all my good to you. I will talk to you tomorrow.